I'm Joel Merrick, and welcome to PM Magazine. Tonight I'm in downtown Roanoke because we're going to help the Texas Tavern celebrate its 50th anniversary. But first, here's Nancy, and she's just kind of standing around. Help the Texas Tavern to celebrate their 50th anniversary. There you go. Cheeseburger, double cheese. I've got a trivia question for everybody at home tonight. This time it's on one of Roanoke's local establishments. Which business has survived the Depression, has been run by the same family for 3 generations, has never changed its location or remodeled, and serves the best bowl of chili in town? Well, it's the Texas Tavern, of course, and tomorrow is their 50th anniversary. So I thought I would explore the mystique behind the Texas Tavern and find out why it's one of Roanoke's most venerable eateries. While most of Roanoke is ending another busy day, the lights from one of Roanoke's hottest night spots burn brightly, like a beacon in the night guiding hungry partygoers, shift workers, and insomniacs to seek the shelter of the Texas Tavern. The TT may lack some of the formality and polish of its counterparts, but the Tavern makes up for that with a certain character which is in a class by itself. James N. Bullington explains the success of the Texas Tavern.
Simplicity, good people, and good fortune. By simplicity, I mean the original recipes were simple, and over the years we haven't changed them. We try to buy the best of everything that we serve here, and we don't change around. We've left everything alone. The concept of the tavern, of course, is simple as far as we're concerned. It's buy the best you can, give the customer the best that you can for the money, and give him a fair shake at all times. We devote all of our time and energies to this one business. We don't try to compete with the chains. We've stayed small, and we intend to stay small. There's more personal contact that way.
Well, the food's good, the service is fast, and it's convenient, and the place has a real personality.
It's never changed. It's the same as it was 40 years ago. And it's and it's hot, and everybody's so friendly, and everybody meets here. Everybody's here. So you can figure out something good to eat, and as a matter of fact, seeing half a Roanoke every time you come in here.
Secondly, when you say good people, I'm talking about good, loyal employees and good, loyal customers. And that's a combination that's hard to beat in itself. There always exists in the tavern an atmosphere of friendship between the employees and the customers, and this is something that you don't get overnight. It's something that takes years to build.
Well, I guess the only way you can describe it is I've always been taught to get along with people, you've got to treat them right. When they come in, you've got to treat them just like if you're one of your own, because they're the ones paying you. It's like when we get our check. If we don't treat the people right, they don't come back, we won't get no pay. It's as simple as that.
Good fortune speaks for itself. We've been fortunate over the years to deal with good people like this, and we're grateful for it, and we appreciate it. And I think in a nutshell, maybe that wraps it up.
Nick Bullington was the father of the Texas Tavern. Jim was too young at the time to remember his grandfather, but he seems to have inherited many of his grandfather's instincts and business sense. In fact, the eldest Bullington had just as colorful a background as the tavern itself. Nick Bullington's foresight and optimism created one of Roanoke's more modern and most talked about landmarks.
Well, he at one time, back in his early life, had been an advance man for Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus. He would be a year ahead of the circus, booking it into the various towns. He had his own private railroad car and had passes on all the railroads all over the nation. And eventually he left them, and he had some theatrical enterprises in West Virginia and Indiana. And I don't know what his reasons were at the time for getting into the restaurant business, but I guess he decided it was a good place and a good time and a good opportunity here in Roanoke, and this will be the place to start one. He was a very optimistic sort of person. As I said earlier, the country was in the throes of a depression, and he had not definitely settled on Roanoke at one point. Then he decided that Roanoke was a town of the future, and he came here and put this restaurant into operation. And as optimistic as he was, maybe he felt that it would have a good effect on the people around him, particularly with the depression not only in economy but in state of mind that people had back in those days. And that was his motivation for coming here, and it's just survived ever since.
50 years is a lot of chili, hot dogs, hamburgers, cheesy westerns, and buttermilk. But just how much? Well, over a period of 50 years, customers have consumed about 1,100 tons of pinto beans, 156,500 gallons of buttermilk, and 2,600,000 pounds of hot dogs, hamburgers, and chili.
The chili's good. Nice place to go. It's a perfect way to end a perfect evening. Come in here about 2:30, 3 o'clock, get a bowl with, a large cheeseburger, and a grape drink, take it home and put it to bed.
Give me a bowl with, a hot dog, and a small buttermilk. Bowl with and a hot dog.
Oh, it's the best chili in the world. It's unique. It's unique. You won't find chili like this anywhere in the United States. Guarantee it.
My dad brought me in here when I was 9 years old. And I brought my boy in here, too.
Why do you two guys like to come down here to the tavern? Aren't you a little young?
Because I like them hot dogs.
You like the hot dogs?
I like the hamburgers.
You like the hamburgers?
We're not used to that real hot chili. It's a lot better. A lot better. A lot more, lot milder on the stomach.
I don't know. Do they ever clean their pots, or do they? That's been the big question for years.
We think we fill a different need for the people of Roanoke. We have a personal touch that we don't want to lose. But once you come through that door, your vocation stays outside. Who you are, how much money you have, where you live, where you work, who your parents were, what clubs you belong to. This is Roanoke's Millionaires Club, and everybody that comes in here belongs to Roanoke's Millionaires Club.
Yeah, everybody knows about the TT. Everybody knows. Good stuff.
February 13th seems to be a very lucky day for the Bollington family. For in addition to it being the Texas Tavern's 50th anniversary, Jim's eldest daughter Lisa was also born on that day. So happy birthday to Lisa and to the Texas Tavern.
Joel and I will be back in a minute with a look at tomorrow night's PM magazine. You know, Joel, one of the things that fascinates me the most about the Texas Tavern is that it hasn't changed in 50 years.
Well, that's right, Nancy. The location has remained the same. This is the same countertop that was in here the day it first opened, and the footrail underneath our feet is so old that it's completely worn through, but it has class.
And you know, the service here is terrific. They can serve more people at one time than anybody else I know.
Well, you know, like the sign says, we can seat 1,000 people, 10 at a time. And tomorrow night on PM Magazine, we're going to meet a man that has more wives than can be seated here at one.